call in support of the Ethical Investment Crown Financial Institutions Bill, and in so doing to commend its proponent, Grant Robertson, for this excellent initiative. Mr. Speaker, there are billions of dollars invested in the Crown's financial institutions. They are an important part of the government's asset book, and they are determinants of corporate behaviour in many sectors of our financial markets. It is absolutely appropriate and indeed necessary from a fiduciary duties point of view that the boards of those Crown financial institutions, such as the guardians of the New Zealand Superannuation Fund, have clarity and legislative protection around their mandate. And if one did not do that, let's put the counterfactual. Take the National Party's argument at face value, ladies and gentlemen, if you can bear it, which is that the National Party argues the market will provide. That is straight out of 1950s ideology. What they are actually asking people to do who have fiduciary responsibilities to shareholders is to break their duties in order to sub-optimise the return on the investment to informally satisfy potentially some ethical or sustainability criteria. And I'll say that again. If you invest in a green share and it's earning less than an oil company or an armaments manufacturer, that's okay because the market will provide. Mr. Speaker, you know, I know, they know, and the public knows that's errant rubbish. Errant rubbish. Directors have a legal responsibility to their shareholders. The guardians of the super fund have a legal responsibility to the Crown. And we owe it to those directors and to the taxpayers to make those obligations crystal clear in law. And that's what this bill does. This bill only goes a small step beyond the existing requirement, which is good corporate citizenship and do not bring the government of New Zealand into disrepute. But it gives the guardians a hard job because it doesn't define what that means in practice, and this bill assists them by bringing more clarity to the question. Sir, in advancing that argument, I want to briefly note the important and ongoing role of the Council on Socially Responsible Investment, which has been a continuous and sensible proponent of progress in this area. I wish also to acknowledge Sustainable Aotearoa New Zealand. I wish to acknowledge the Sustainable Business Network, the Business Council on Social Development, and a whole range of other, the 100% plan that the government has turned a blind eye to. I want to acknowledge all of those groups who have been pushing in this direction, and particularly if I might single out one individual, Dr. Robert Howell, who has been a long-standing advocate on these matters, and who, when I was a brand new backbencher on the government side, helped me with a members' bill around triple bottom line reporting for Crown entities. Now, it didn't get as far as this bill, and I'm really proud of the work that Grant Robertson is doing here. This is a sensible and indeed legally necessary step forward. Legally necessary step forward if we are to uphold New Zealand's international brand image as an environmentally sustainable, peaceful, just beacon of hope in a world that is getting worse and worse to live in every passing year. But the point is, we cannot informally put an expectation on directors bound by fiduciary responsibilities. We need to give them clarity. We need to protect them from second-guessing, and the Crown owes it to the boards to pass this bill.
I call on Grant Robertson. 5 minutes in reply.